Good morning, everyone. Hope you all are doing great. Thank you for joining the Linda Jordan Show. And for the month of November, the series is Powerhouse Women in Real Estate. So today I have a treat for you. And for those that are listening, if you could put in the comments where you're listening from, and if you're watching this on replay, indicate hashtag replay so I know that that's where you're listening from. That you have the fabulous Jen Josey, the real Jen Josey, who is a part owner of Jolific Homes, and she is the founder of the Real Estate Investment Growth Network, which is called RAIN. So today she's going to share with us how she got started in the business. You'll hear some tips, some challenges that she's faced, and some of the best experiences that she's had in real estate. So with no further ado, we welcome Jen Josey.
Powerhouse. Okay, that was my powerhouse move. Hi, Linda. Thanks for having me.
You're quite welcome. I'm so glad you could be with me today. Yeah. Hopefully things are going well for you.
I would love to be with you every day, Linda. Thank you so much.
Oh. Awesome. So this month in November, I'm talking about, women in real estate, women who have been able to come in and just rock it out. And so you're one of my rock stars. And so glad that you could join me today.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. And so, Vance, how you got started in real estate?
So Vance and I, my husband, we were always kind of, how you have armchair quarterbacks for football. Well, we were armchair flippers. We would watch all the HGTV shows and we just thought we were the absolute best. We had better ideas than those people on the show. So there was a late night infomercial about from one of those real estate gurus. And we just went and checked it out and had a little upsell to it. And we joined their program. It's a mastery program. And it was the best thing we ever did. I was able to quit my corporate America job after about 7 months into the business. We weren't completely, profiting at that point, but I knew my time was more valuable. Yes, you know that. I knew my time was more valuable applying it to our business. So it was just smart for one of us to leave our corporate America job. And that's what I did and started it. So I love it. I haven't looked back. There's no way in heck that I will go back and ever work for someone besides myself. So that's how we got started in it.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that. So tell us, what are some of the best experiences that you've had in real estate? Because we all know that there are challenges and you see so much on TV with HGTV and of how people are, voila, in 20 minutes, they've done a rehab, but we know that's not real. Correct. But share with the audience some of the, maybe two of the best experiences that you've had while you've been in the real estate business.
Probably the best experience I've had has been growing my network and really meeting people in this industry. And it's shocking because you would think it would be so cutthroat because real estate, people are always trying to get the same properties and things like that. But what I've really come to discover is that it's just a huge community of people helping other people. At least my community is. You surround yourself with people who will only lift you up. And that has probably been one of the best experiences is having that network. We all share contractors. We vet the contractors before we share them with other people. We wholesale deals to each other. And it's just the community itself has been probably the absolute best part for me. And then another positive experience?
Yeah, positive or great experience.
So I was asked about a year into our investment business, I was asked to present at a meetup, and there's about 40 or 50 other investors there. And I'm a former middle school teacher of 16 years. And I woke up one day, realized I hated children. So I got out of education. And so when they asked me, I was only a year in and I was just like, why would people want to hear me? And so when I got up to, it was just presenting one of the past projects that we've done. And it was, it just like fueled my soul to get up there and speak in front of people again. And I was like, oh, I love this. And so I've really kind of expanded on that. And like you said before, I created RAIN, which is the Real Estate Investor Growth Network. You said investment before, Investor Growth Network. And it's just another way to group people together to share their superpowers, what they're great at. And, that's sharing my experiences in a positive light. It grows my credibility. It grows, our contacts, and it's just been such a positive experience doing that.
Awesome. Wow. Yeah. Well, I know that you and Vance are doing fabulous things in the investment world. So, so glad to be connected with you guys.
Yes.
Because for the people that are listening, hopefully they are, picking up some tips around, what you've learned so far and what you've shared. So we know we've had some great experiences in real estate, but we also are oftentimes faced with challenges. So what are the top 2 challenges that you faced in real estate, and how did you overcome them?
I think the first challenge was borrowing other people's money. I know, and so it's very common for real estate investors to use what's called private money lenders. And it was just a stigma in my brain where I was like, oh, I can't ask people for money. But I know. So the best part of it was when I got over it, I'm helping these people grow their money. And when they invest with us, a lot of times their money was either sitting in a savings account where it's earning less than 1% a year. Maybe it was in an IRA from an old job. And I taught them how to move it over into a self-directed IRA so they can invest that in real estate, and they're making double-digit returns. Otherwise it would just be sitting there. So it turns out that we're actually helping people by, using their money and investing it for them and growing it for them. And, once we have a couple private money lenders under our belt, there's more and more and more people, and they want to just keep rolling our money. And so the second problem would be probably finding properties, especially right now. Yes, it's, the holidays are coming up. A lot of people don't want to sell anything right now, but in addition to the coronavirus, there are, people are stuck at home, and there's actually the market. It's a seller's market right now, and you can have something that is outdated and, needs work, and you list it and you can still get top dollar for it. It's crazy. So finding projects. Yeah. So, the second flip side of that is that it's tough to reinvest someone's money when I can't find, properties. Yes, exactly. So that's probably been our second challenge, biggest challenge. Yeah.
Gotcha. Awesome. Well, that's good, because a lot of people that are thinking about real estate investing, the first thing they say is, well, I don't have any money to invest in real estate. How can I do it? And that, there's private money that people can use to invest in properties, but there's also, of course, hard money lending. And so people have more than one option. But for most people, they think if they don't have the cash themselves, they can't start their business. And obviously that they can.
Right. We've never used our own cash ever.
Yeah.
We will invest it with other people while it's growing. We use it in our self-directed IRA, and that's just growing our retirement account. So
yeah,
we never use our own money. Well, we try not to use our money.
Yeah, to try not to. So Jen, what are some tips of what people should not do when they are considering getting into real estate investing? Because what we don't want is people to start and then they're like, oh, they crash and burn. But from some of the learnings that you've had, what would be a couple of tips that you would share with others?
Huge. This is huge. You must get an education. Okay. Don't think you can just follow someone on Instagram and see what they do and say, I can do that. And then you blow your money on something by not being educated on how to run the project, how to purchase the project. A lot of times, going back to the issues that we have when we're buying properties, is there's people who are uneducated going in and they're spending top dollar for something that they shouldn't. So they're outbidding us on a property. And then you see a couple months down the road, it's, undone because they've run out of money. So you make your money when you purchase a property. So with that, education, it's a couple things. You have your one-on-one coaching that you can get. But number two, when you pay a lot of money for your education, and you can find something that's affordable for you, but when you pay and you make an investment in yourself, you are going to work your rear end off to make sure that it happens when you have invested in it. And you have family members saying you've spent what? And so that's just, for me, that's the biggest mistake you can do, is to not be properly educated. There's so many coaches out there. You do have to kind of dig through, because there's a lot of people who are just after your money. Linda and I know a couple of them. Yes, we do. But then there's people who want to help, and we had a great educational program, but there's tons out there, and just check them out and take advantage of meetups in the area. There's things called RIA groups, real estate investor associations. They're all over the country. There's other meetups, and just go check them out and see where you feel, most welcome. And, if they have good systems, and, so that's my biggest, advice, is just make sure you get a proper education, because that's, even though it's going to cost you up front, it's going to save in the long run.
Yeah, exactly. And that is so true. Oftentimes people think that, since they watch, it on television and they see it happening, that they could just, bam, go out there, find a property and flip it and make a ton of money. Well, you're right.
None of those shows are correct. There is one, Tarek. Tarek has a new show out, and he has a running little countdown of the interest rate of what is, or it's count up actually. So it's what is costing them in interest, each day. Like, that is realistic. So, that's not, the other shows are just, silly. You paid $50,000 for a full gut rehab. Okay. So
and sell it for $1 million.
Exactly.
Yeah. And so for people that are watching and listening, is key. And Jen is correct. You must get education of some sort, but make sure you vet out who you're going to work with, because, either someone really wants to help you, or they're just looking for you to spend money on their program. But education is so important, because otherwise you'll lose your shirt.
And your parents. And your pockets.
Yeah. And we don't want anyone to do that.
No.
So you are the CEO, owner, creator of RAIN. Tell us a little bit about RAIN and how people RAIN.
I created RAIN for selfish purposes, honestly. I was a school teacher for 16 years, and then I went into corporate America, and I was in an equally abusive industry of health insurance. And I was just always, I had a manager that was always checking my time. So when I had this freedom of being my own boss, I needed a little bit more structure. So I created RAIN because part of it, it's a mastermind, and we do a 4-week deep dive, and it's strategies that I've learned from, because I always say I invest in myself. I'm constantly paying for more coaching and doing masterminds myself. So I took a course with Tony Robbins, and I also became certified with Jack Canfield, who did Chicken Soup for the Soul books, but I'm one of his Canfield trainers. So I took some of their strategies, and it's part of my 4-week deep dive, and it just helps you get to the next level, regardless what level you are. So it's a mastermind. It's also an accountability group. And we have a Facebook page where every Monday morning we do a goal call, and when you publicly announce your goal, it helps you to reach it by 42% more. And then when other people start cheering you on, and then you do follow-ups and you have that accountability, it goes up to 78%. So again, it's all about me. I don't care if nobody, and Linda, you're very good at posting your goals as well. But if it's only me, at least I know I have publicly announced it. So
right.
And then also it's a platform for people to share their own superpowers. So, Linda, you're a RAIN member, and you have been on there and shared some of your superpowers. We promote, the things that you're working on, and you've been just a great asset to RAIN, because that's what it's about.
You.
Yes. And that's really what it is. It's a platform for people to share all their superpowers. I'm a big supporter of, supporting my friends who are doing awesome things. And so that's the third aspect of it. So, and then fourth is the network, is just to have people that you can reach out to and, who will lift you higher. So it's all about me. We started this. You inspired me because I did one of your masterminds and I thought that's what I can do. Cause I'm always trying to improve upon myself. And I'm like, I'm not an expert. I have so much more to learn myself, even though I do have experience, but I do have experience. Yes. But this is more of a facilitating to help people to, you're never as smart. And this is a John Maxwell quote. You're never as smart as all the people in the room. Wait, let me say it right. The smartest person in the room is never smart as all the people in the room. That's a John Maxwell quote that I learned from you. Yes. Sure. And
yes, it is.
So that's why I like the mastermind format. Yeah. So
awesome.
Yeah. And so you can check it out. Sorry. We're having a tough connection here. You can find it at reinmastermind.com, REIGN mastermind.com.
All right. So I'm putting that in the comments.
Okay.
Reinmastermind.com. So for those that are listening, check on.com. We'd love to have you join. Any parting words as we wrap up for the people that are listening who's like, I'm really going to go get started. I'm going to, maybe they've done like one training class and they're thinking they've got all the information. What would be your final words for those people that are listening and thinking about real estate?
Keep investing in yourself and find a coach, someone who will guide you, who can walk you through things. It's, so very important. There's just tons of ways, that you can lose. And it could just be from a contractor who gets hurt on your property. So, you could lose everything. So definitely find a coach. That's my number one piece of advice to everyone. And, Linda, you are an awesome coach. You're such an inspiration to me. So I do appreciate
thank you.
Any chance I get to talk with you one-on-one. So thank you for having me and to be a part of this.
Oh, you're more than welcome. It was a pleasure, as always, having you join me and sharing your knowledge with my audience, all that you do for those who are considering and also those that are in real estate investing who need more education. So it's a pleasure to have the chance to work with you and for you to be my friend. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Awesome. Well, that's it for our show with the real Jen Josey today. Also, she didn't mention she has a podcast, so you can check her out as well. Do you want to say something about your podcast?
It's the Real Estate Investor Growth Network podcast. You can find it on wherever you listen to podcasts. It's chock full of content. Chock full. I don't know. It's not a coffee brand. And I even have an interview with Linda Jordan on there. So you could check out her interview on my show. And she was fantastic. So it's anywhere on, app, iTunes, on Stitcher, on Spotify, the Real Estate Investor Growth Network podcast. So check it out.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Jen. It's been a pleasure as always. And I just look forward to the next opportunity for us to get together in person.
Yes. Well, thank you.
You're welcome. And thanks for joining, everyone. Until next time, join me on the Linda Jordan Show. If I'm going to keep it the same name or I'll come with something different, but it's the Linda Jordan Show.
That's the best name right there. I love it.
All right. Thanks. Bye, everyone.